this past week, deer movement has really started picking up. Small bucks, does, even starting to see a couple of shooters.
Nice buck about 60 yards out in front of me. If something happens here tonight, I'll be here, and I'll be the one that gets the buck. On the night that everyone else stayed home. No matter when you were. It's tough right now. I think evening hunts are the way to go. And
that scrape, run it all the way in, and I smashed it.
So there I am, you know, that's in my observation tree, and I get a kill. So it just goes to show you, even if you can only get in your tree stand with an hour and a half left of light, it's worth doing it. You can always see deer. Which is just a bonus. Sat in the tree last night.
I'm in the stand. It's like 76 or something. Feels like a September hunt, not a end of October hunt. But I decided to come out because you never know. I mean, deer get hungry, they still gotta move. A buck could get pushed from somewhere. Anything can happen. If something happens here tonight, I'll be here. On the night that everyone else stayed home.
So as it was getting dark, I could just hear these deer walking just under the cover of the thorn apple trees. They were within 30 yards of me, and I couldn't see them because it's so thick right there. And I was just praying that they were going to step out and give me a shot before it got too dark. Well, it got too dark, and they stepped out, and it was an awesome buck. The camera had absolutely no light. I could see it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it on film.
Chasing 3 does. Man, it's too dark. I'd try grunting at him or something, but it's just too dark. There he goes. I heard those deer coming for about a half hour. They were within 50 yards of me the last half hour. They were down over this embankment. Nothing I could do. They finally came out, but it was too dark. They came out about 40 yards in front of me. Too dark.
Again, deer everywhere, deer coming up past me. Seen a nice buck on a couple of doe. It was too dark to get on camera. Obviously too dark to shoot at that point. But it's really close. I think I'm zeroing in on a spot right there on that embankment and that fence line where I'm going to be able to catch a big buck crossing there, especially in this next coming week. The deer, they're starting to chase now. Last night that buck was chasing. I have had a number of hunters tell me they've seen bucks chasing.
Today's October 28th, and this is probably the coolest afternoon that we've had in about 2 weeks. Temperatures today are in the upper 40s, and as you can see, we got some dense fog cover, which has been with us here most of the day. I'm hunting a pretty good spot tonight. I'm hunting a logging road intersection, about 200 yards into a cedar and pine forest, which is set up off of about 200 yards off a big beet field, and there's some winter rye back to my northwest as well, a couple hundred yards. And we're trying to catch a mature buck, a mature doe, filtering from these woods down to the fields before dark. We got about 2 hours of shooting light left. Here we are, Hurricane Sandy's on her way in, and we're deer hunting. It's cold, wet, we ain't seen nothing yet, but we got hopes that something will come through. Been waiting out the rain for 2 days. It's kind of nice to get back in the woods.
Well, tomorrow morning, heading out. Right now the weather looks like it's going to be, mid 40s. Looks like in the morning it could be in the high 30s. So obviously chance of rain again. The remnants of the hurricanes rolling through. Well, I mean, when it comes to hunting, you never stop learning. And here's a great example. I see these deer in the thick cover. Pretty sure they're all does. Figured I'd grunt anyways. Lesson learned, never grunt at a deer that you do not want to come into your tree stand. I grunted at this doe. She did an about face, walked right in. She wound up busting me. I would have rather had these deer just walk by and never known I was there.
That's not good. That really stinks. I looked over and seen some deer moving through the thick cover over there. So I grunted a couple times, hoping that if it was a buck, he'd come down. And it was a doe. It's the first time I've ever grunted in a doe before. She came right off the trail she was walking, doubled back and walked right down here. And then I think she seen me move. I moved my head to look between the camera and her, and she caught me.
Well, me
and Jake are living the high life, about 33 feet, and it's a good day. It's about 33 degrees, and today's the day, Jake keeps saying, so let's see what happens. You're watching DeerHunterFan.com TV.
I'm on him when you are. Shoot him. Hold on. Hold on. Travis just texted me, said that he missed LopSide. Very nice 8-point. The deer definitely moving this morning. I had those does right before filming line. They had a 4-point walk right underneath me. It was too dark to even film that. So I mean, the deer are on the move. We know they're starting to chase. We're getting close.
DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by 12 Point Property Management, Insane Archery, Timberland Realty, participating with Cabela's Trophy Properties, Outback Archery, FS Growmark, HuntingWNY.com, Sinclairville Superette and Hunter's Cafe, Bruin Outfitters, and Deer Run Cabin Rentals.